Hey everyone, Carolina Venom here. Today I am doing my first review of the Motorola Moto E 2nd generation 2015 model. I'm going to be taking you on the phone, giving you the specs of the phone, showing you some tests that I ran, telling you what I think about it, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. This phone runs Android 5.0.2 Lollipop. This is a splash resistant phone. It has a 4.5 inch display at 540 by 960 resolution at 245 pixels per inch. It does have scratch resistant glass with Corning Gorilla Glass 3. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the rear with an aperture of f2.2. It records in 720p at 30 frames per second and has a VGA front-facing camera as well as VGA video recording. This phone runs a 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 410 processor. This is a 64-bit processor. It has an Adreno 306 GPU at 1 GB of RAM with 8 GB of built-in storage with 5 GB available to user, and it will support, I believe, up to 128 GB micro SD card. It's got a 2390 mAh battery, and I don't have the specifics on standby or talk time. This is an LTE device and does support Sprint's enhanced Spark network. It has Bluetooth 4.0, and that's all I really see here. This phone is really nice. I picked this phone up for around 70 bucks, and I think that for what you're getting, it is well worth the money. On the front here, like I said, you get your 4.5 inch display, got your proximity sensor here, your speaker and ear speaker here. Sort of serves half and half. One half of it is speaker for when it rings, speakerphone. The other half is for when you're on the phone talking. Your front-facing camera. Nothing on the bottom. You have your on-screen touch buttons here that I will show you here shortly. On the bottom is your micro USB charging port. On the right side is your power button and volume rocker. On top is your headset jack, and this side here is clean. On the back is your Moto logo here with a little dimple, microphone, your camera, and that's it. The back is completely non-removable, so therefore no removable battery. This little edge around here, it's kind of hard to get off right now, but it does pop off to reveal the micro SIM, micro SD card slot, and all that stuff. So yeah, this phone is very white. It's very bright, and it would be very easy to get dirty, and it would be very easy for it to get dingy. But there are cases for it, and you can get different colors to go around this area here of the phone to kind of personalize it to your liking. We'll go ahead here and power the phone on, and I got the screen right now at almost low. It's pretty low, and it still looks pretty bright, pretty vibrant, and the phone does run pretty well. I did run some benchmark tests on it. I'm not going to run them anymore. I got some pictures in the gallery that I will show you what it ran. Up top here, it does, of course, show your your Wi-Fi or 3G, your LTE, your status for your coverage, battery life, clock, all that stuff. Going to the gallery here. The Antutu test that I ran came in at 22,006, which is a pretty good score. It runs pretty smooth and it's pretty fast. The quadrant that I ran came in at 13,498 with a CPU of 53,882, and the Geekbench came in at 473 on single core score and 1415 on multi-core score. Like I said, it's phone does run Lollipop. It is expected to get an update to either 5.1 or 5.2. Not sure when, but it is expected to be coming out soon from what I have heard. One thing about this phone that I don't like too much is the fact that I can't swipe this way to go and get another page. They can only go to the right. And personally, I like having the ability to swipe that way. Here you have your apps, your app drawer. Go into settings, and everything runs pretty smooth. Now, one thing I will say about this phone here that I have experienced is it does have some lag. It's not the smoothest phone I've ever used, even though it is a very smooth phone, very nice phone. There is some times that when you are using it pretty heavy, it does get a little laggy, and I have had some slowdowns, and I have had a little bit of, when you go into an app, it may take a few seconds for it to go onto the actual app. So that's something to keep in mind. No big deal, for the budget phone that you're getting. That's not the right thing I want to go into. Go into storage here. Like I said, it does have 5 gigs available to user. And overall, this is a good phone. There's really not much to say about this phone. It's pretty basic. It's pretty, it's just pretty basic. I love the front-facing speaker. It's nice to be able to watch YouTube, Netflix, or whatever the case may be, and not have to worry about the speaker on the back getting muffled. That's really nice. It's pretty loud, pretty able to hear. You can hear it pretty well. It's not a speaker that's really quiet. That's also a good thing. Let's see. Call quality is excellent. No issues. I have been using it quite a bit, and call quality is very, very clear, and no static, no interruptions, no fades. It's just really smooth, very crisp, very clear. Like I said, speakerphone sounds pretty good as well. The camera is decent. I won't say it's great, and I won't say it's bad. The front-facing camera, you do need a lot of light to get very clear, or to get clearer pictures. And front video is pretty good as well with good lighting. The rear camera is pretty good. It's pretty fast, and you just touch the screen and it takes a fast picture. Autofocus is really good. You can kind of put your finger over the screen to focus on what you want to focus on and take the picture. Video recording is pretty good as well, and audio does sound good when you are recording. Like I said, there's not much I can really say about this phone, other than the fact that it's a reliable phone. It's built very solid, and good reception, good call quality. LTE connects very well, and it runs Lollipop. It took a little bit to get used to Lollipop, but once you've been messing with phones for quite a while, don't take very long to get used to new updates in Android. But overall, this is a good phone. I will be doing a more final review on this phone later on. I just kind of wanted to give you some of my first thoughts and my first review of the Moto E 2nd generation here on Boost Mobile. I do like it. Nothing really bad I can say about the phone. Good screen quality. Battery life is it's marginal. It's decent. Get you through a whole day if you're a light to moderate user. If you're a heavy user, probably through a good work day you can get through on battery life. If you want a notification light, you can forget it. This phone does not have one, and you would think with all this body up here or even down here, they could have at least found somewhere to put a little light that'll blink when you get a message or a phone call, but it does not have that. So if you want a notification light, this phone does not have it. Also, if you want a flash, this phone does not have one of them either, which is kind of a bummer to me because I like having a flash to use as a flashlight. And in case power goes out, or if you're out somewhere and it's dark, it's nice to have one on the phone, but not a deal breaker. It is what it is. But like I said, phone very reliable. Now, I have had the phone restart on me twice. Not sure why. Both times it's restarted, it has been charging. So it may be something to do with that. Not really sure. But as far as the phone operating well and smooth, it does do that. Like I said, under heavy usage, it does slow down a little bit. But that's to be expected with any phone. Like I said, this phone retails at around $100, but you can get them at places like Best Buy or Walmart for $59, $69, something like that. On occasion, and which is a very good price. And I would highly recommend this phone at that price because it does function very well and it's very nice. So, like I say, this is just my first review of the Moto E 2015 second generation. If you got any questions or comments about this phone or something that I've missed, please feel free to ask me and I will answer them the best I can. Be sure to like this video if it helped you out any, and I would really appreciate that as well. Also, subscribe to my channel. I sure would appreciate that. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.